The effort you're giving is not producing the outcome that you want. The moment you see the misalignment, you get to choose differently. And that safety becomes a cage. So, really, the question is, if you're anything like me, you've probably at one point or another in life felt like you're doing everything right. Financially, relationally, physically, whatever it may be. But your life still doesn't look the way that you want it to. Number one, if that's how you feel, you are in the right place. And I'm glad that you're leaning into and not running from this feeling. And number two, you aren't alone. Millions of people feel this way. So today, I want to talk about why this happens and what to do about it. Here's the thing. When life doesn't turn out the way that you had hoped, it's easy to think that you failed. You don't have the job you want, the relationship you desire, or you just aren't in the place that you thought you would be. But I don't think the problem is failure. I think it might be misaligned success. Let me explain why. The life you want, or in other words, a successful life, will only ever feel successful when what you have matches what you want. So, if the job you have, your relationship status, where you live, whatever it may be, doesn't match what you want, that can feel like a failure, even though it isn't. It just isn't exactly what you wanted. However you ended up in this position, and I've made other videos on this topic, go check them out. We don't want you to still be here in 5, 10, 15 years from now. So, before we get into what to do now, let's talk about why misaligned success happens. And I think it happens because most people never reverse engineer the life they want. They never start with where they want to be and work backwards, mapping a path to their destination. When we don't start with a clearly defined end goal, we end up following general career, relationship, and lifestyle scripts. And in doing so, we'll most likely never end up where we truly want to be. And this is what makes living general scripts so dangerous, because we will build a life, but that might come at the cost of building a life that we actually want. And then when we do want to make a change, we are susceptible to falling into the sunken cost fallacy. I've already invested this much. I can't walk away now. This mindset keeps people in jobs, relationships, cities, and versions of themselves they'd never select. Not because it's right, but because it's safe. And that safety becomes a cage. Here's the thing. Feeling misaligned success is not a sign that your life is ruined. It's a sign that you're aware. And you're realizing that the effort you're giving is not producing the outcome that you want. And this is a great place to be, because now we know why we're at where we're at, and we can discuss where to go from here. So, number one, clearly define where you want to be, relationally, occupationally, physically, whatever it may be. Number two, reverse engineer a roadmap to get there. And number three, do not let the fear of making a change keep you from making a change. You might feel like you're restarting from zero, and you're comparing that to what you have now. Don't forget, sunken cost is a fallacy. The thing is, you are not starting from zero. You're starting from experience. You've learned what doesn't fulfill you. You've developed resilience. You've built skills. You've survived rejection, confusion, and instability. You are not going backwards. You are finally moving in a direction that makes sense. This isn't a reset, it's a realignment. So, really, the question is, do you want to stay in this life that happened by default, or do you want to start building a life that you actually want to live? Either stay in guaranteed dissatisfaction or face temporary discomfort for the possibility of fulfillment and satisfaction. Optimize a life that doesn't fit or craft one that actually does. Most people, they never choose. They drift, they endure, and they survive a life that they never consciously selected. But the moment you see the misalignment, you get to choose differently. You don't owe loyalty to a life that isn't aligned with you. You don't owe permanence to decisions that you made without a roadmap. Real transformation rarely starts with a leap. It starts with one small, brave step in the direction of who you want to become.